Where do I even begin? So I've been getting asked a lot about the EVO and where it is, if I still have it. Yes, I still have the car. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So this car, I actually got this car back when you're seeing this video. I've had it for about a month now. Kind of just been going through, dialing it in and trying to get it kind of running. It's partially registered. I stopped at a smog. Thanks, California. It is fully insured. Everything is fully assembled, and I'll go over the car a little bit. I know in the beginning you saw me installing some of the parts, but now the car is fully assembled. So I'll pull it out and I'll show you guys kind of everything on the car, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so it's been about 1.5 years of not owning this car. I've owned this car almost, this will be 3 years. This will be my 3-year mark, or 2-year mark, I forgot. But the body shop had it for 1.5 years. So let's go into a little history. I bought this car on a whim. I wasn't even looking for it. I ended up picking it up. It has a salvage title. Sucks. So I'm forced to register in California unless I ship it all the way to New York. Have DMV inspect it, make sure it's drivable. They do a safety inspect, and then I can register in New York. Then I have to ship it all the way back here. Didn't feel like doing that. It would have cost me, I'd say, anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000 for shipping costs, and then plus plane tickets to fly in there. So big mess. I'm trying to smog it. I have all the stock parts over here that I may put on to smog the car. Anyway, fast forward a bit. The car's registration expired in September of 21. Let me check. No, it wasn't September 2021. It was September 2020. That's when it expired. I was deploying that year, and I wasn't gonna be back until April 2021. So I left for about 7 months. Body shop had about 7 months. COVID hit hard in California. Businesses were not shutting down, but they were closing for the time being for like 4 or 5 months. Body shop ended up closing. Okay, I get it. You know, you can't help what a state is gonna dictate. So it's coming to the end of my deployment, and I asked him, "Have you guys started yet?" He's like, "No, but we're gonna start it this week." Well, he ends up sending me pictures. They start sending the car down. They start prepping and everything. I was like, okay, cool. You know, it should be what, another month, and it should be painted. Well, I get back in April sometime. I think it was like April 11th I got back. Did what I had to do, and then I had my 2 weeks of R&R, and then I took leave after that. So it was like another 3 weeks of leave I took. I ended up going to the body shop, going to look at the car. But let's backtrack real quick. When I came home, they didn't know what paint coat the car was. So I ended up telling them that, it sounds like someone's behind me. I ended up telling them, look at the firewall, the data plate's there. They, hold on, someone's calling. Anyway, where did I leave off? Oh, data plate. Told them the data plate was on the firewall. I told them it should be P85 color variant. So they couldn't find it. When I came home, I really went to the shop. I looked on the firewall. It's right there. I'm like, oh, we couldn't find it. Don't know how they didn't find it when I literally, as soon as I lifted and looked right on the driver's side, it's right there on the firewall, clear as day. Paint code is P85F. Ended up getting P85. I said, you know what, just paint the car at this point. I wasn't gonna be dissatisfied with P85 if the hue was a little different. Just want the damn car painted. So fast forward, it's like winter now, okay, 2021. So they've already had the car for over a year now. September of 2021 is 1 year. So they finally get the car painted. Painted the roof black. Then they paint the car, got everything, and I asked him, you know, when are we looking at done? He's just like, give me a month to 2 months. He's like, we have a couple insurance cars. So I was like, okay, cool. I mean, it's been over a year, so at this point, what's another month or two? Well, fast forward to, I'd say May of 2022. So now we're halfway through, almost halfway through 2022. So this is about 1.5 years now, okay? I asked him, hey, what's going on with the car? I kind of pushed it off to the side because I had so much other stuff going on. I was focused on the Supra, I was focused on stunt bike, the Jeep, truck. I had so many other projects. I said, this car's not registered, I can't really drive it, don't care. So finally I said, you know what, I really want this car back. I have a full engine build for it. I have a bunch of other parts that I have for it that I want to put on this car. I want to drive this thing, especially since gas prices went through the roof and the Jeep isn't exactly fuel efficient. His response to me was, your hardware, you're missing a lot of the hardware. I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, I don't care if you guys lost it or not. Like, just order new ones. I'd rather have brand new OEM hardware. Everything can bolt right up. Well, they never ordered any of the hardware. 1 week turns into 2 weeks turns into a month turns into 3 months, 4 months. So now we're in May. Told him I need the car back this week. I was like, Friday I'll come pick it up. He said, okay, it'll be ready. Friday rolls around, he said, hey, so-and-so hasn't been in. He comes in around 10 o'clock, goes on break at 12, and then doesn't come back to the shop until like 4. That's not a fucking person I want working for me. That's gonna show up whenever he wants. I don't care if he works till 8 p.m. That was his choice. So now after I told him I need it back at the end of the week, this turns into another month. So now I think we're into June. Okay, so now we're a year and a half in. I'm out to lunch with my boy and his girl. He said, bro, let's just go fucking get your car. I said, you know what? Let's do it. I texted him at lunch. I said, hey, we sat down to eat. We're gonna be here about an hour, 2 hours or so. I wanna come pick up the car after. Doesn't respond. Calls me 5 minutes from being at his shop. Hey, we don't know where your side skirt hardware is or your bumper hardware. Did you have it? Now, why the fuck would I have the hardware? Now I'm sitting with my boy. He's like, I bet you it's not even assembled. I was like, they have to have assembled something. Something can be bolted on the bumper. I have quick disconnects for either side. We show up to the shop. I turn and look at him. My boy looks at me. He goes, bro, none of the car's assembled. Front bumper's not on, hood's not on, fenders aren't on, side skirts aren't on. The only thing that's on is the rear bumper, which it's not even fully on. It's just bolted from the back. So now I'm pissed. I walk in and I have some words with him. And he keeps saying, so-and-so he's working on cars. I keep trying to tell him to get this car. I was just like, you are the boss. You tell him what to do. So I'm living. So I end up leaving and I'm talking to my boy. And I feel bad because it's my boy's day off with his girl and everything. And we're gonna hang out. And here they are driving me back and forth. So I end up going home. I text him. No offense or buts, 2 weeks, picking the car up. 2 weeks rolls around. I told him, hey, I have a tow truck on the way, it's coming to get the car. And he's like, okay, cool. He's like, I'll be here. So I get to the shop, I text him, all right, I'm here, where are you? I walked in the shop, couldn't find you. Oh, I had to step out. So now I'm getting pissed because the very person that should be there is not there. I just think he just doesn't want to deal with me because he knows I'm fucking pissed. So, and I'm getting the car out. Side skirts aren't on, front bumper's not on, front lip isn't mounted, wing wasn't done, I didn't have him do the wing, fenders were half-ass put on, hood was half-ass put on, car was dead, no fuel in it, none of the seats were on, I just threw the seats in there, there was cat prints all over the seats, it was just, the interior was just trashed, the engine bay is trashed, so I'm like, at this point, I just want the car. Let me get the car back to me and I will figure out the rest. I know another body shop local to me, I'm gonna go to them. So after having it a year and a half, I still have to put the whole fucking thing together. The paint isn't terrible. It does have orange peel, which a very, very, very good shop is not gonna have orange peel, but that all can be cut and buffed out. I didn't have him paint the fenders, hood, or wing. The wing needed a lot of work, hood needed a lot of work. Fenders, I'm probably just gonna buy OEM. Quick disconnects weren't mounted or the holes weren't drilled in a bumper. I had to do that myself, by myself, which they came out like shit, so now I fucked that up. The thing's been a mess. So that is exactly what's going on with the EVO. I did not get rid of it. I was gonna build it. I want to build it. I have an entire build set up at my shop right now, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna drive the car around with me separating in next February. I don't know if I want a car that doesn't run yet, so I may just drive the car around. I've been looking for little things here and there for it. I want to do a carbon trunk. I wanted other body shop that's actually phenomenal. I should have went to them from the start. They're gonna do the fenders. I'm gonna see how much it is to do the hood. I want them to line everything up. I have to chop a little bit in the front, the lip. Just chop out a couple little spots for the intercooler to clear. I need to get the emblem, trunk emblems. They're not gonna be any. I think I filmed cleaning the interior. I'm pretty sure I did. I have to go through all my videos. I have to clean the whole interior. Right now it's clean, so you guys will see it's clean already. Actually filming this a little bit after I already cleaned it, so that video will show up after this one of me cleaning the interior. I still have to wash the car. Okay, so I let the car roll back a little bit further. As you can see, front bumper's on it. In the videos before, the bumper wasn't on. I didn't film putting the front bumper on, but it's on. I mounted the lip. Side skirts are on. Dusty roof, dirty. Can't wash it yet though, because I don't have the window seal molding. So I ordered them. I have to get all this off this adhesive. This was the problematic door handle. As you can see, it's still a little loosey. They said all the rods inside were all bent, and I told them if you can find them online for brand new, just buy them, replace them all. So they didn't, and as you can see, there's a little gap right here, little gap right in here that they never fixed or corrected. This is not screwed in. I have a nut and bolt in there, but I didn't fully tighten it just yet. I just sat it in there to see if it would work. This is probably the worst part. You can see that run right there. So the bumper, when they paint it, is, you know, facing down with this ass end facing up. That started running down, and they still literally got that off the booth and said, this is fine. I can't wait to drive this car. I need to figure out how to get it to the smog place, because the smog place isn't exactly close to me, and I'm afraid to drive this car. So if you are wondering where the EVO is, now you know everything's updated, and I do plan, eventually I'll probably build it. If I can find a cheap enough block, I'll build a motor on the side. I would love to just gut this whole car. I have to replace harnesses that were hacked up and stuff like that. Little things I gotta fix on the car, which I have a lot of the parts here. Add it to a list of more projects I have to do. But we'll be doing more Jeep stuff for sure, because at least that car, the Jeep, is just more of just swapping out a part. Anyway, yeah, just follow my Instagram here and you'll see updates with all the vehicles that I have, and what's going on with them. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm not even gonna say stay tuned for the EVO content, because I don't know when that'll be. God, it's hot out. And with that, I need each and every single one of y'all to stay hungry, stay humble. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.
I swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused.